Thank you, Ambassador Farrell. Let me begin by first recognizing the presence of the Honourable Prime Minister, Roosevelt Skerrit, my other cabinet colleagues, other members of the Public Service Permanent Secretaries, and of course residents of the Petite Savanne community, and of course the media. My task here this afternoon is very easy, that is to welcome you and of course the cabinet to this dialogue between the two parties. And it's been 1 year, almost to the day, since Tropical Storm Erika. And indeed, what a difference a year makes. Because I recall 1 year again to the day, we were all in Petite Savanne underground as one body, fighting for survival, asking questions, working together as one unit. Again, what a difference a year makes. And I know it's been a long time that the Petite Savanne community has been asking for this sort of interaction with the Prime Minister and the rest of the cabinet. But your government has not been idle. We would have had various interactions, myself as a Parl rep and other government bodies, but we have not been idle. And from day one, we would have moved in to assist in whatever way we can. Myself as Member of Parliament for the Petite Savanne constituency, together with the assistance of my colleague and neighbor, the Honourable Justina Charles, would have moved in underground from day one to assist in helping the injured, getting them airlifted, bringing some sort of comfort to the needy people of Petite Savanne at the time. Immediately following that, the government moved in to assist with the evacuation process, airlifting the elderly, and of course the disabled, or rather physically challenged, and of course providing the much needed sea transportation to facilitate the evacuation of the Petite Savanne residents. This wasn't enough. Immediately, your government, of course bearing in mind the tremendous cost and the tremendous pressure that an entire community, dislocated community, would be facing, made the brave and unprecedented policy decision to assist in rent allowance, displacement allowance, and even the ad hoc assistance to people for loss of contents, etc. So, Mr. Prime Minister and your cabinet, sir, on behalf of the Petite Savanne community, I want to say a tremendous thank you for all the assistance that you have given to the Petite Savanne community since Tropical Storm Erika. And I'm sure, and I want to say thank you for all of those who cannot say thank you, or those who choose not to say thank you. Because I would have made my research, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again, that nowhere in the region or in the international community has any government moved in with such swiftness and with such compassion, sir, to assist its citizens. Because we could have easily said this is a natural disaster and let everybody, to put in local parlance, debouiller all yourself. But not so. The hallmark of this Labour Party administration has been one of compassion and humanitarian. And we, and Tropical Storm Erika, has further proved that. And for those of us, and I'm sure the ministers coming after me will speak to the various interventions and the cost that government has made. $5 to $6 million we've spent so far on the Petite Savanne community alone as it pertains to rental allowance and displacement allowance. So tell me if this isn't a government that cares. And I'm going to be very frank and blunt this afternoon, that it's really discouraging to me as a member of parliament, and I have to say this, that for having been so intimately involved in the process from the day one to where we are right now, to the sort of comments that you get coming from my Petite Savanne folks, that I really think that we really first of all need to take stock as to where we were 1 year ago, when all of us were in the same boat, literally fighting for our survival. And there was no religion, there was no political party, there was no division as it pertains to our economic status in Petite Savanne. We were just one community trying to survive. And I really wish And I really, back then, I really said that I wish that we would have continued in that vein. Unfortunately, somewhere along the line, something seemed to have gone wrong. And I really would just like to implore to my fellow Petite Savanne residents that we can get back that spirit of unity that we saw 1 year ago on August 27th when we were all fighting to survive. I know, and I don't want to be misinterpreted, be in this place, we would have our concerns, we would have our own anxieties. And no one is saying that you shouldn't express yourself or express your concerns. But, I mean, for goodness sake, I think that this administration has reached out to you in a way, in all ways that we possibly can. And if, as I said, no one wants to say it, I will say it out loud today. Mr. Prime Minister, that we really and truly appreciate this intervention. And we will continue. We would have given the commitment. We would have given the commitment that for as long as you remain displaced, until such time as you're permanently relocated, that this sort of assistance will continue. So I said I wasn't going to be long. I just really wanted to welcome, first of all, the Honourable Prime Minister and the other members of Cabinet, and also yourselves, Petite Savanne residents, to this meeting, and to take this opportunity to think back, reflect to a year ago, and to say, first of all, thank God that we were alive. I remember attending a church service in Grand Bay some time ago, and where the priest really preached this marvelous sermon, where he said that the Petite Savanne community as a whole needs to be, first of all, thankful that it could have been so much worse. The fact that there are still hundreds of us being able to gather here this afternoon speaks to the wondrous mercies of God, that he gave us life and health so that we can start afresh. And this is what this government has committed to doing, into giving you a fresh start. And as I said, the other ministers will speak as to what we have done, what we are doing, and what we will continue to do. All I'm asking, in closing, is that this meeting continue in a very amicable way. There's nothing wrong in you expressing your opinion or your suggestion, your recommendations, your bright ideas. But please let us do it in a respectable way. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of the answers, a lot of the uncertainties that you have been having for the past year, we're hoping that by the end of this afternoon, all of this would have been put to rest. So once again, Mr. Prime Minister and my Cabinet colleagues and all of you, welcome. Thank you.